What's up? Hey guys, Michael McFarland here, giving you the September 12th, 2019 Lake Fork Daily Rundown. That's right, I got the new boat back, broke in, I'm back working. So I fished yesterday actually, 9/11. Man, hats off to the 9/11. No moment there. That was a real bad day for America. I wasn't no better fishing yesterday either. Pay a little respect to 9/11. That's the first thing I actually do want to say. So many lives lost, but it brought our country back together. And right now, I see the same thing. You may not like President Trump, but he's waking the sleeping giant. You know who the sleeping giant is? Americans. Americans, that's right. So the heart of America is awake. We're good. Let's get back to the report. Yesterday's fishing, brutal, man. Part of it was I hadn't been on the water in a while. Had a backup boat in August. Dog days of summer. Wasn't fishing much. Had a 10-day period off, and then a couple trips, and then the latter part of August, as you know if you follow me, 2 weeks straight off. So I needed some recon time. Well, I goofed up. I picked the boat up on Friday about 4:30, and all the excitement and everything. I have an insurance policy. My commercial insurance policy was waiting for me to call them back for the bins, and I forgot. So the boat sat in the garage Saturday, Sunday, waiting for an underwrite for Monday morning to get insurance. My plan was to break it in Saturday, Monday dentist appointments, and Tuesday recon, so that yesterday I would have been a little more prepared for my clients, Ben and Sabrina. Ben Hughes, man, what an awesome time we had the past 2 days. Since I was doing more recon yesterday than fishing, we didn't do very well. I think we caught one small fish and one okay quality fish. But that's all it took. It was 1 day to recon. The lake's in good shape. Let's give you some things. 85.6 degrees water temperature and cooling. 401.98 on lake level. That's basically 1 foot below full pool. The water clarity looks really good. We have already done this all summer long. The rain 2 weeks ago broke the thermocline as the wind did, the cool nights previous to that. So there will be no major turnover this year. We've already had it, little bits of it, little bits and pieces. Thermocline builds, breaks, thermocline builds, breaks. And so our waters are not that bad. There are some signs of turnover, the yellow bubbles, some brile zone floating around, some areas that aren't good to fish, but there's still some great water out there. The two colors I like to see are gunmetal blue, or what we call Lake Fork green. Right now there's a lot of Lake Fork green. But you're running over those bridges and you look out and it looks Lake Fork green. It's pretty water. It's good water. So it took me 1 day yesterday, some good recon. Today, I comped them the morning. We caught so few fish, and it's not about not catching fish. That happens. It was the fact that I didn't get to do any homework for them on Tuesday. Had I done work on Tuesday, my recon work, it might have been a little better for them on Wednesday. So I went ahead and comped them this morning, and I was correct. We fished much better this morning with the recon that I gathered yesterday. We were more efficient. We spent more time wetting the lines in the higher percentage spots, and we caught fish. It was a good morning. Sabrina started out with a nice one. Ben caught a big one too. Nothing, no giants, but just Lake Fork specials. And we landed a reasonable amount of fish this morning. Missed quite a few again. Bite is funny. And matter of fact, one of the fish Ben caught, I had to tell him, set the hook, that's fish. It was just weird, mushy, weird. So they're not really aggressive. And there is some oxygen issues, dissolved oxygen in a little bit, but it's not bad. It's not anything to be afraid of. If you fish the McDonald's event, you are not going to see this lake be a hard, turned over lake like you have seen sometimes in the past. McDonald's is very common. That tournament can be a slugfest, and that tournament can be ruthless with a turnover. Same thing for Berkeley. So my opinions are the McDonald's going to be a slugfest, folks. Let's get to how we were catching them for you. Basically, the two things that caught them today was a shaky head, the 5/8 ounce Sandtone football piglet shaky head. And I'm tipping it with two different baits. This is a Zoom Magnum trick worm. I am doing a little bit of chartreuse on the tail. I start early with the darker colors, and I lighten up as the day goes on, turn into watermelon candy red when the sun's shining. African special, start the morning out, hard to beat. What I really noticed on fork, now this has no action, very little action. It's a stand-up jig, so it's going to stand up straight on the bottom. I drag it uphill, that makes the presentation be that much better, but this doesn't have a lot of tail action. Lately, I have had better results with more of a curl tail action, so a 10-inch power worm, the old monster, the Zoom old monster. But if you'll actually have one of each, a shaky head with a trick worm, a shaky head with a ribbon tail worm, any given day this time of year, one can be better than the other. So this morning it was the red shad, 10-inch power worm. It worked. So it's kind of cool to be able to be, first of all, blessed and fortunate enough to get to do what we get to do. The grace of God is obviously upon me because I don't deserve the things that I have today. It's a wonderful God that he has. But the abilities that he's also granted me in the amount of time, the dues paid, to be able to make a one-day study of a lake as big as Lake Fork. Of course, there's 6 years of my homework. I'm very intimate with the lake. A one-year survey, recon, or one day recon, and be able to make good decisions the very next day that put fish in the boat. I'm very grateful for that, and thank you, Lord, for allowing me to do that on a daily basis. Thank all of you for allowing me to do that, for following, those that book with me. You make me. Without you, I wouldn't be here. So followers, thank you so much, guys. It's a good report. I am fishing a full day tomorrow, so I'll have another report for you tomorrow evening. Look, as it cools down and fall gets right, the lake is full of bait. It's full of fish. Don't let anybody ever tell you any different. If they do, you don't believe them. I promise you, the new Garmin Live Scope will prove it. There's fish everywhere in this lake. Put the Live Scope down there and you see them swimming. They're everywhere. When you think they ain't there, there's more fish there than you can imagine. So that makes for the McFarland's Daily Rundown, September 11th and 12th. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I look forward to seeing you on the water. Real quick closure, the boat. I'm not going to rush into giving you any of my reviews yet, but I will tell you this over the top. One quick analogy. My FX was a Cadillac. The FXR is a Cadillac on a high dose of steroids. Let's go fishing. Come on, I'll show you.